Good morning. We're very excited you're here, and I'd like to introduce the people that are with me today to present what is a very significant award for City High School and also for the Grand Rapids Public Schools. On my left, Matt Gonzalez, who is our assistant principal. Next to Matt is Nate Sherman, who will be a junior next year. Trey Murphy, also a junior, both students here. Anita Vestines, who is in charge of our math department, and a parent who represents our parents, Wayne Glatz. This is a very significant moment. This is something that we as a staff and the family here at City High Middle have worked on for the past 4 years. It is significant. This is one of only 10 programs in the United States that has both the middle years and the diploma year program, full school programs. I think it's significant to this community because we're really looking at moving what was a very good school into a great school. I think it's more important if you hear from our students. So I'm going to ask that the two juniors talk to you a little bit about what their impression is, and then we can listen to staff and parents.
Hi, thank you, Mr. Hovenkamp. I'm Nathan. As he said, I'm going to be a junior next year, and I'm very excited about the IB because it lets you take an in-depth look at your own education and kind of make your own choices. Although it's still a set schedule, you can go in-depth to the subjects that you're interested in. And I really think that's going to help me in my career because I'm going to have more knowledge about what I want to learn and what I want to do in my future. And that's very important for me, so I don't feel like I'm spending my time in something that I'm not as interested in as something that I don't want to make a career out of, and that's what's important. So thank you very much.
Thanks. IB gives us a chance to, makes us think about the world as a whole and gives us a well-rounded education so that we can, when we go off to college and get into our careers, that we can solve the world's problems and make our world a better place.
Okay, when I first heard about the IB program, I fell in love with it immediately. I like that it takes me as an educator and puts me part of a global network of teachers. It also does that for the students as well. They can be part of an international network of students through online resources. I like that it makes students consider themselves, their place in the world, how they're going to impact other people, how their learning will impact the future. We want our students to be prepared for college and be prepared for jobs in the future. And this program asks students to be principal learners. They ask them to be risk takers. They ask them to reflect upon their own learning experiences and articulate them. We look at that at our courses throughout the we look at interdisciplinary learning. We look at how students think about themselves as a learner. We ask them to think about how it is that they know what they know. What I like about the math program is that they have to look at not each concept individually, but they have to look at it as a whole and make those connections throughout their entire math career, not just one chapter at a time. Next, we're going to have Wayne Glatz.
Well, as Principal Hovenkamp said, City's been a good school for many, many years. Now we feel we're becoming a great school. With this international focus, it offers public school students an outlet that really was not previously available to them. Certainly the international aspect, City's always maintained that. Now it's taken one step further. The portability of their diploma will be to go to other colleges, maybe overseas. Certainly we have a Chinese program that's strong. It's getting stronger. It's just been great. And one of the things that parents at City are doing is help supporting this financially because we have gotten extreme support from the Wegge Foundation in the early goings and continuing support. And parents are also going to be raising money through a foundation we've established to help fund part of it as well. City is a school with 32% minority population. That pretty much reflects the city in itself. So we feel very confident that a lot of our Asian students, Hispanic students, and our Afro-American students will have an outlet for travel overseas and for study. Thanks.
Any questions of any of us?
Okay, since you got this accolade, what would it take to make this consistently? It took you 4 years to get it. How long will you teach this type of program?
The question is, how long do we hope to keep this? This is really a program that we feel will be part of City for the rest of its program life. So the pedagogy, the model, has longevity. It is not flavor of the month. It is for the long haul. Critical, really, again, this is really critical because kids are moving into a very complex global society. So it's not enough to just have really strong academics. You need the whole package. And we're seeing that with colleges are now asking for that. So this has legs.
I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to direct this to the students, so let me have both you guys come up a little bit. City High Middle School, your school, is the second highest performing school in the entire state of Michigan. I hear that the top performing school is an IB school. What do you think this IB designation means?
We can be number one. Yeah, easily. I think that that's a very distinct advantage that they had over us in the past, and because it's obviously not just test scores. So because we have this IB advantage, that means our students are going to be, after graduation, they're going to be spreading out a lot more to different states, different countries, different continents, and I think that will give us a very, very distinct advantage over them.
Want to follow up on that too?
Yeah, pretty much. We just they had the advantage and the lead over us, but now that we're catching up, we're going to be able to be the best school in Michigan.
Can you hear Trey?
Yeah.
Okay.
The other question is, all this stuff is happening while they're in this school itself, not when they graduate. They'll be doing this traveling while they're in high school?
And
what years when they start doing that type of travel?
We have various trips already established. This year we sent a group of students to Costa Rica, which we did with support from the Wege Foundation, which was a very successful trip. So we look to prolong that in the future, and we're looking at exploring collaboration with other IB schools around the world. So while kids are currently here in the building, to set up either electronic communications or face-to-face meetings, or eventually, hopefully, some kind of student exchange over the long term for a few weeks, a few months, or perhaps a summer.
we also have a prospective parent. So I think a question might be, why did you choose City?
Well, I probably need you off
I'm Becca Walsh-Wolf, and I do have 3 children in the Grand Rapids Public Schools. I have a kindergartner at Frost, a 3rd grader at Frost, and a 6th grader at Zoo. He is an incoming 7th grade student here at City. I think City is already a great school. I think it just is going to add to its greatness. For me, it's almost validation that we picked right to begin with. Choosing the Grand Rapids Public Schools, every step of the way, I have friends in every district in the area, and consistently I find that we are the happiest in every grade, at every step along the way, at CA Frost, at Zoo School, and now with our excitement about City becoming an IB certified school, it's just validation that Grand Rapids Public Schools was the right choice for us 7 years ago, and it's going to continue to be.